Most deserts are pretty hot, but not all of them. And a lot of deserts actually can be cold, especially at night. But what makes it a desert is that it's really dry. All deserts have very, very, very little rain. Because of this, the plants in a desert have to be very, very special. If you were going on a trip through the desert, you were going to walk out a long ways through this desert, what would you want to take? What if you could only take one thing with you? What would you choose? I would choose water. And how do you think you'd want to carry that water? Just in a glass? What if it sloshes and splashes out? I would want to put it in some sort of container with a lid, really safe, because you don't want to waste any of that water. Well, that's what the plants do. Look at these cactuses. They have big, thick stems and kind of a waxy coating. And inside of there, they store water. So when the rain does come, they soak it up and they hold it inside and save it. Now, what if a bird came along and pecked a hole into the cactus? Do you think the water would come gushing out? It wouldn't. And the reason is because inside of these plants, it's like a spongy material. It soaks up that water and holds it so that it's very safe. If a bug or a bird came and made a hole, yeah, there would be a hole there, but then it would heal up and that water would still be safe. Here are some more desert plants. Look at them. Did you know that in the desert you can still have flowers? Some of the flowers in the desert are just beautiful. It's very strange to think of a dry, barren place like a desert having beautiful flowers, but it does. They are adapted to that dry environment. Look at all of these. Just think about these little guys being full of water. They hold as much water as they can, very safe there. Now, a lot of desert plants also have these prickly spines, don't they? And those protect them from animals that would want to eat them. And they are just a really neat, different kind of plant that is specially adapted to the desert. Now, I want you to look at this plant. Does this look like a desert plant? It's kind of a beautiful plant. This is a portulaca plant. Well, it turns out this plant does very well with very little water. It could do very well in many deserts. Now, some deserts are drier than others. Some deserts have mainly sand and very little plants. Other deserts have quite a few plants. And this portulaca could live in a lot of those deserts. And why is this? Well, look closely at these leaves. These leaves are different than most leaves. They're kind of thick. They have kind of a waxy coating, and inside of these leaves there is water stored, kind of like the cactus. And because of that, this plant can do very well with very little water. I like to plant these by my house because when I forget to water it and it doesn't rain for a while, I go out there and the other flowers that are different kinds of plants are all droopy and sad, needing water, and the portulaca is just shining and smiling in the sun. It's like the happiest day in the world. And then when we get lots of rain and it's all gray, the other flowers get happy and the portulaca gets a little bit sad. They're really different. They are adapted to different environments. So when I put them together in my flower bed, they kind of take turns being happy. So it's really important that you learn about plants if you want to do anything with them.